If you're living with a man and you guys live here, you're living with a loser.
This says, are you living with a provider or a loser? The framing of this video already sounds so problematic to me, but let's hear what she has to say and then we'll break it down.
If you're living with a man and you guys live here, you're living with the provider. If you're living with a man and you guys live here, you're living with the loser.
I wish this video was entitled How to Tell a Woman is Broke, because this is just ignorant. This is incredibly ignorant. So much to unpack here. First of all, in my opinion, anybody who was that impressed by a house, by living in a house, a particular neighborhood, is actually showing me where they come from. They're showing me, okay, that's really important to them, and that's how they're judging human life, because they've not had that. They've not experienced that. Because if you've experienced that, then you're not judging the value of a man or a woman or whatever by the particular house they're in any particular moment. It also shows me there's a huge lack of understanding, because that house, the first house that she showed me, listen, that house in Kentucky, who knows, that may be $300,000, right? And the San Francisco Bay Area, that same house may be $2 million. You can get you a nice little comfortable house in Kentucky, in Nebraska or whatever, and still not have the money image status that you're talking about. Likewise, in the San Francisco Bay Area, you can have a job with the money image status. You can be working at Apple, you can be working at LinkedIn, you can be working and having all those white collar jobs, even making $300,000 or so and still be living in a 3-bedroom condo because of the cost of living, because of just, quite frankly, the access to houses like that even exist. Sometimes you may work in Palo Alto and you may not want to have to drive an hour and a half, 2 hours to get to a nice house like that you can comfortably afford and still have that. So I'm like, to me, that also shows just a lack of understanding when it comes to real estate, what's going on in the current housing market. And to me, this also just shows that you're broke. Because I'm like, any of those houses, the houses that she said, oh, that's a loser house. That loser house in Alamo, California is $1 million. That house in Atherton is $1 million. You're not a loser if you own a house that's $1 million. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm just like, what are you talking about? And also, this just to me tells me that you're talking to women who are broke. Because if that is what you consider a provider versus loser, if this is how we're judging people, it's because that's the only thing you value. If you only value that because you don't have that. You only value money because you obviously don't have it, or you never have had it, and that's what you really want. So this needs to be entitled How to Tell a Woman is Broke. That is what this title needs to be there in like large letters, 100-point font. How to tell a chick is broke. Before we move on, I want to talk about something that's actually made a difference in my husband's life. Well, and mine. And that is skincare. I had been searching for months trying to find a good skincare routine that would work for him, that was quick and easy to follow, but also effective. But honestly, I got overwhelmed by the amount of products online, and many of them seemed like they were geared towards women. So I was really excited when I found out about Tiege Hanley. My husband has only been using it for about a week now, but he's already noticing a difference. After using the exfoliating scrub, he literally said he could see dead skin coming off that he didn't even know was there. His skin is already looking smoother and cleaner, and I love that the routine is simple and quick. And ladies, if you've been wanting your husband or boyfriend to actually take care of his skin without you having to build an entire routine or regimen, this is honestly perfect for that too. It's simple, quick, and made specifically for him. Not to mention, it's actually effective. I definitely recommend starting with the level 1 system. You get a face wash, an exfoliating scrub, AM moisturizer with SPF, and a PM moisturizer, or a nighttime moisturizer. It literally takes like 2 minutes. No guessing, no overthinking, simple, done. And if you want, you could even upgrade to an eye cream or super serum for anti-aging if that's your thing. They've already sold over 3 million boxes and have thousands of 5-star reviews from guys all over. Because when your skin looks better, let's be honest, you feel better. So if you've been ignoring your skincare, this is probably your sign. Click the link below to get 40% off of your first box plus a free gift for a limited time. Try it for yourself. I really think you'll see the difference.
If you're living with a man and you guys live here, you're living with a provider.
Nice middle-class house. Okay, great. I mean, okay.
I repeat, if you're living with a man and you guys live here, You're living with a loser.
First of all, I don't see near ring on her finger. So I have a really hard time understanding how there are all these dating experts and dating coaches and relationship coaches who don't have a long-term relationship, as far as we can tell, to actually speak to their success. But like I said, this is going to appeal to very young women who don't have any money, or women who are just broke. Because I'm like, to me, this is hella stupid and ignorant. Like, really? He's just a provider because he has you in a house? As if that is gonna make the relationship completely fulfilling and satisfying. How is this any different than being a prostitute? At this point, if it's all about a house or if it's all about getting a particular resource, you're better off being a prostitute. Because first of all, prostitutes are cheaper and they're more honest. And listen, I do not support prostitution at all, but I'm just saying, like, this mindset is just dumb. It's setting women up for failure. They get in the house and now they're mad because, let's say they got in the house, the big house, that's their first time in the big house, woo, now they're special, they're living the soft life, they're doing TikTok videos. And I'm like, if you're doing TikTok videos, living the soft life by living in a nice middle-class home, and there's nothing wrong with a middle-class home, but that's your idea of a soft life, it's like, okay, you're already telling me where you came from, okay? And secondly, like, that's gonna last for about 2 months, because then after you get bored, then you're gonna want excitement, you're gonna want love, you're gonna want passion. And if dudes are busy trying to keep up with the middle-class lifestyle, particularly in this economy, you're gonna go on TikTok, you want the attention, then you're gonna start posting little different things about how cute you look in your pool in your middle-class neighborhood. Then you start having conversations and DMs with dudes because you get bored. Then the pool boy comes over, Eduardo, and now you're sleeping with Eduardo because he's handsome to you. Like, you know, and it's just like, what are we doing? What does this have to do with a successful, happy relationship? Nothing, absolutely nothing. I'm not opposed to nice homes. Nice homes are good. I'm just saying, first of all, how to tell that somebody's broke. 2, how to tell that a woman who is looking for this is not herself successful, is not herself having her own thing, is not herself in a way, in my opinion, hasn't got herself to her own level of professional success, career success, to where she can do this for herself. So this is not so impressive to her. And 3, like, it's just dumb and ignorant. Judging a man off of the kind of house in 2026, it's like, bruh, this is not realistic. Like, this is stupid. I like, not saying anything wrong with houses. I like nice houses, but that doesn't make or break a relationship. It doesn't make or break a man. And I thought ladies were out here getting their own bag. Why do they need another man to give them their bag? I don't get it. Anyways, y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Y'all let me know, is this broke girl language? To me, this is broke girl language. Follow me on Substack. Check me out on channel membership. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far. And we'll talk later. Bye.